Now the third and the last part of this chapter is computer network, IT enabled services and the careers in IT. Now what do you mean by computer network? So it is a group of interconnected computers. When two or more one computer we cannot connect, when two or more computers are connected with each other by joining certain resources like fax machine, printers, then we can say these computers are interconnected with each other. That means we can able to share the information from one computer to other and from other computer to first computer. So the computers actually communicate with each other with the help of computer network. So a computer network consists of a collection of computers, printers and other equipments which are called as the resources that are connected together so that they can communicate with each other. There are three main types of computer network. The first one is LAN, which stands for local area network. Second one is MAN, which stands for metropolitan area network. And third one is WAN, which stands for wide area network. Now LAN. What is the difference between LAN, MAN and WAN? LAN, as it stands for local area network, which covers a very small geographical area which is limited up to a single room, a campus or a premises. Size is limited to a few kilometers and that are completely privately owned. Usage area is limited to the areas such as office building, home, hospitals, schools, etc. It covers a short distance and so the error and noise is minimized. That means immediately when you transfer the file, so within a second the files are transferred as the network speed is high. LAN is easy to set up. Data transmits at very fast rate as the number of computer links are limited and it is less expensive hardware and maintenance cost is also less. MAN stands for the Metropolitan Area Network, which is limited up to a city, but the area is more than LAN. It connects two or more separate computers that reside in different cities or different locations. It covers a large geographical area and may serve as an internet service provider, which provides the services for internet. It is hard to design and maintain a metropolitan area network. For example, TV network in a city, or second example we take, if you want to pay a light bill, so you go to any MSCB office and there you can pay. Nowadays online facilities there, so you can sit at home and pay online as all the computers are interconnected with each other. Third one is WAN, that is wide area network, which has the largest geographical area. The best example of WAN is the internet. So it covers whole world together. It might be confined within the bounds or a state or a country. A WAN could be a connection of LAN connecting to other LANs via telephone lines and radio waves. This technology is high speed and relatively expensive. A communication medium used for WAN is a telephone network or satellite links. Due to high distance transmission, the noise and the error tends to be more in wide area network. Now network configurations. Network architecture is the design of computer network. How the computers are arranged, that is known by the network architecture. The first type of network configuration is peer-to-peer network or architecture, where all the machines are called as the peers and each and every machine is joined together, they are communicated together. Here there is no chance of a client or there is no chance of server. Each and every computer can act as a client as well as server. So there are no dedicated servers. Each implementations are meant for the small networks. For example, when a student creates a network to share the files through Bluetooth or share it, the mobile devices forms peer-to-peer network for transfer of the files. So in this case, your mobile becomes a server as well as the other PC becomes a server and the files are transferred. So each computer can act as a client as well as server. Second one is client and server architecture, where there is a centralized database which is a centralized computer which is called as the server and all the other machines which are called as the clients, they are connected to there. This type of architecture is the most suitable for large network computers. So there are two types of machines in the network. One is client and one is server. Client, a computer which is seeking any resource from other computer, is a client computer. For example, downloading an image file from a website, browsing intranet or intranet. And server is a computer has a resource which is served to another computer. It is a server computer. The client establishes a connection to a server and accesses the services installed on the server. For example, multimedia server, storage server or web server, which is a centralized computer and the other clients are connected to it. Server sends a request for clients to access the information. Client accepts the request and send back the information to the server. So it is a two-way communication from server to client as well as from client to server. Now internet, a very interesting concept. So it means the connecting computer together. In short, it is a network of networks. If you say the definition, it is a network of networks, the main definition. The internet has one very simple job to move the computerized information from one place to another place. The internet is generally defined as a global network connecting millions of computers. The internet is a massive network of networks, a networking infrastructure. With the help of internet, one can easily be in touch with anyone in the whole world by sending electronic mail. Travel bookings can be made very easily. One can order books or buy anything online. So here these are the 10 most important uses. Emailing, internet researching, searching of information, blogging, writing the blogs and published in the people, ebooks, downloading ebooks and reading, web questing, networking, MapQuest, podcasting, internet shopping and the career networking. So here various ways are there through which we can use the internet, but the main use is to search the different kinds of information. History of internet. Now the first workable prototype of internet came into the late 1960s with the creation of ARPANET. Now what is the ARPANET? That is Advanced Research Project Agency Network, originally funded by US Department. Specially it is created for the US military purpose. The technology continued to grow in 1970s after the scientists Robert Kahn and Winton Cerf developed transmission control protocol and internet protocol. Now to transfer the files on the internet, the TCP/IP, this is the most important protocol. Now what is the meaning of protocol? It is a set of rules and regulations for how to transfer the files on internet. So Robert Kahn and Winton Cerf, they developed the TCP/IP protocol, which is nowadays also used to transfer the files over internet. ARPANET adopted TCP/IP on January 1st, 1983, and from there researchers began to assemble the network of networks that became the modern internet. The online world then took on a more recognizable form of internet in 1990 when the computer scientist Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web. So also HTML is also developed by Tim Berners-Lee. So his part of development is very important. His invention is very important in case of WWW, that is World Wide Web. So actually internet came into existence in the year 1990. Now a protocol. So different types of protocols which we use to transfer the information. So they are the set of rules that governs the communications between the computer on a network. First and very important, transmission control protocol, oblique internet protocol, which is a connection oriented and connectionless protocol. It breaks down the messages into the packets and send them out into the network. So whole message is break down into the small pieces which are known as the data packets, and then it is transferred into the network. DNS, which is called as domain name system, it translates network addresses such as IP addresses in terms of human form. So humans can be understood with the help of domain name system and vice versa. Now the best example is when you if you want to open the Google website, so you type google.co.in. So this co.in, it is in India. In stands for India and .co means commercial organization. So like that we use .com, .org, that is organizational websites, .edu educational websites, .mil military purpose websites, .gov government websites, and the two-character code .in for India, .us for United States of America, .uk for United Kingdom, then .au for Australia. So like that domain name systems are given. Next one is DHCP, that is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. It can automatically assign internet addresses to the computers and users. So IP address, which is divided into 4 different parts. So that IP address, internet address, it assigns automatically. That is Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. Very important, file transfer protocol FTP, which transfers and manipulate the files on the internet. HTTP protocol, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This protocol is used to fetch the web pages from the web server to your computer. So sending and receiving web pages, this protocol is used. Then IMAP, that is Internet Message Access Protocol, a protocol for receiving email messages from server on the internet. It maintains a copy of all the emails on server. We can sort, filter emails also. So receiving the mail messages, when you receive the messages in the inbox, so that is because of Internet Message Access Protocol. Next one is IRC, that is Internet Relay Chat, a protocol used for internet chat and other communications. It facilitates communication in the form of text. So textual messages we can chat with the help of IRC, Internet Relay Chat. Next, POP 3, Post Office Protocol version 3, a protocol used for receiving emails from the remote mail server. So from server to your computer, when you receive the mails, then POP protocol is used. It is not maintained a copy on the server. So directly it transfers that messages to your computer, but it doesn't save any copy. Like IMAP, it saves the copy, maintains a copy, but POP protocol doesn't maintain any copy. And SMTP, that is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, which is this protocol is used to sending messages to the server on the internet. So to send the messages we use SMTP protocol. To receive the message we use IMAP protocol. So these are the protocols which are used in the network. Now IT enabled services. So IT related services, which is called as ITES, that is web enabled services on remote services or teleworking, covers the entire amount of operations which exploit information technology for improving efficiency of an organization. The most important aspect is the value addition of IT enabled services. So which are the different services which are based on information technology? The first one is call centers. As you know, BPO, KPO, these are the examples of call centers. So here data can be transmitted in the form of call centers and the queries are solved. Electronic publishing, so certain blogs, certain Twitter accounts, they are created and the blogs are written and they are published electronically. Medical transcription, that is the convert transcription course which we can do with the help of information technology. Data centers are there where the large amount of data is stored. GIS mapping, that is geographic information system. So when we go to a particular location, so no need to find out how to go. So just on the GPS on your mobile and immediately it will show you the path. This is because of GIS mapping. Enterprise resource planning, so how the organization works, how the departments actually work. So based on that, certain software like SAP, Tally, they work, and with the help of that software actually the organization works, which is called as enterprise resource planning. And last, knowledge management and archiving means with the help of information how the knowledge is acquired, how it is managed, so that we can come to know. So these are the different IT enabled services. Now careers in IT. What are the different careers in IT, information technology? So here the web designer and developer. So first career is web designer. If one is good in the programming languages like HTML, XML, then PHP, then they can do or they can create the different websites. Software developer, it is possible to have the career as a software developer with the scripting skills, the programming languages like ASP.NET or Java, you should know perfectly. Database manager, after getting knowledge about the database management, one can work as a database manager with the help of structured query language skills. That means he should be perfect in the database concepts. Information security analyst, so they are responsible for ensuring that networks are watertight. They educate staff to avoid the unintended disclosures and keep up to speed information security analyst with the potential external threats. Professional accountant, using computerized accounting software like Tally or EX New Generation, one can successfully handle accounting work or any small or large scale organization. So if one has a good knowledge about accounting and if they want to use the Tally software effectively, they know how to use the Tally software effectively, then they can become a professional accountant. Financial advisor, after getting IT knowledge, one can advise and guide others in investing the money with the help of share market. Now online courses are available related to share market. So one can become a financial advisor to advise the people how to invest the money in the various investment schemes with their calculations and benefits in future. Cyber advisor, the techniques, cracking and hacking, one can able to know with the help of cyber advisor. So there are short-term, long-term courses for this. Animator, if one's drawing is good, one who can draw nice images, nice graphics, they can become a successful animator also. And with the help of JMP, Inkscape, Maya software, one can become animator also. Games developer, perhaps one of the trendiest and most fun jobs in the sector, a game developer gets to work on titles for consoles, computers, smartphones, tablets, and online. Creativity and imagination are the most important, but the ability to work in a high pressurized environment is also crucial. So, logically, the person must be sound, he must be perfect to create the games. Audio and video editor. So as a career opportunity to become an audio or video editor, one should be good in tools such as Candelive, Audacity. With the help of these tools, one can develop a career as a video journalist also. So nicely one can develop the video, one can edit the video, digital videos also they can able to create. So these are the different careers opportunities in information technology subject. Now recent trends in IT. What are the different recent trends? First one is green computing. Now you have heard about green computing, which is a study and practice of environmentally sustainable computing or IT. The goals of green computing are to reduce the use of hazardous materials. Now if the CPU is not working, so we throw the CPU. So how to keep these CPUs? So to reduce the use of hazardous materials, to maximize energy efficiency during the product's lifetime, to recycle or biodegradation of non-functional products and factory waste. So green computing is important for all the classes of systems ranging from handheld systems to large-scale data centers. So if certain parts are not working and so much years we are using them and now they are not working, so how to recycle these products, that comes under the green computing concept. Then Internet of Things, IoT. It is the network of physical devices, vehicles, home appliances and other items embedded with electronic software and sensors. So nowadays we get the different sensors. So Pentab is the best example of Internet of Things where we can use the internet facility. Cloud computing, it is the delivery of computing services, servers, storage, databases, networking, software, data analysis, and more over the internet. So, actually, cloud computing is one of the service which provides all the facilities to the user, starting from availability of the servers, if they need to create the website, storage, sufficient storage is available to them, databases creation, networking concepts. So all these facilities, all these services are available with the help of cloud computing. Data analysts, it is the process of examining data sets in order to draw the conclusions about the information they contain, increasingly with the help of specialized system and software. So how the data is kept, how the conclusions are there, how the data maintains, how it gets increased. So with the help of system software, one can do the analysis of this data, and the person who does it called as data analytics. Artificial intelligence, very important concept. It is the intelligence demonstrated by the machines in contrast to the natural intelligence displayed by humans and other animals. The computer science defines AI research as the study of intelligent agents. So, in short, the virtual reality concept, it comes under artificial intelligence. We can able to see the person in front of us, but the person is not available. He can speak with us, we can feel that person is there, but that actually that person is not available, virtually he is available. So this is artificial intelligence. Then machine learning, ML, it is the scientific study of algorithms and statistical models that computer systems use to effectively perform a specific task without using explicit instructions. Most probably the CNC machines, that is computerized numerically controlled machines, they work on the basis of the computer language. So there is no need to give so much instructions. Just with a few instructions, the machine starts automatically. Big data. It refers to data sets that are too large or complex for traditional data processing application software to adequately deal with. So these are nothing but the data set which we store the large amount of data. And the last concept is blockchain. It is a growing list of records called as blocks, which are linked using cryptography. It can be defined as a distributed, decentralized public ledger. So a list of records, whatever records or blocks the user store, so it is a list of records, which is defined as a distributed, decentralized and the public ledger. So totally it is based on the cryptography concepts. Now here are certain few questions for you. You can solve these questions. What is data and information? Functional units of computer, storage unit, types of primary memory storage, the features of Linux and the differences between LAN, MAN, WAN.